video I wanted to make since long time because a lot of you have asked in comment section that where most of the Indian lives in South Florida area and which are the communities or neighborhoods are recommended for Indian culture. So I'm sorry, my other audience. I wanted to make this video since long time, and I thought this is a perfect timing because I'm getting a lot of comments around there. And let me just make one video where give you overview about this. If you are non-Indian, this still video could be great for you because this particular communities which I'll be talking or the neighborhoods I'll be talking, those are based on the school zone because the A+ school zone kind of direct relationship to the Indian community, and because for kids schools ratings are everything for Indians and they do not compromise, and that's why this could be the great if you are non-Indian and you want something direction as an A+ school zone neighborhoods and with having the multicultural environment, then this is definitely for you to watch. My name is Komal Achar and I run small sealed real estate team in South Florida area where we try to help our clients for invest, buy or even sell real estates. We do have a residential and commercial branch where we try to help our investment clients also buying the commercial properties too, but this video is more about the residential side. So first of all, I'm going to break down few cities which will be the great choice for you, and try to watch the video till the end because I will be not only talking about the cities but also few neighborhoods because those are the neighborhoods kind of very famous about the multicultural feel, especially for Indians. So number one is my favorite choice is Parkland, and Parkland has great neighborhoods. Great. And Parkland, the reason I love it because those properties are not too old. You don't have to literally put too much money to make it your own, and it's not as much pricey. Parkland real estate prices are definitely went up in pandemic market, but that is the reason I like Parkland because your value is hold up plus your appreciation, and that's where you should buy, where you will not go wrong. And my main advice also falls around the investments because I'm an investor by myself. I do want your money to be used properly, not just randomly by emotion you put in the property, even though you want to live for yourself. But this is, you do have to see real estate as a transaction, not just the emotion. And that is why the Parkland, I like it, where the value will not go down. Many of the clients, especially in pandemic time where market was so volatile, they were confused like they should buy or not. I'll show you example of the property like one of my clients we bought. He was confused that the property will go up or not. He's investing $1 million into this. That particular one, look at how high it went in just a year and a half. So that's how the market in Parkland is, and I can give you tons of example where the prices in 2020 was $500,000 and went up more than $1 million in the neighborhood. So now focusing on where Indian prefers to live in. So there's a community called Heron Bay. It's amazing because it has a lot of different choices of houses. If you want something single family but smaller property like 3 bedrooms, affordable prices like $700,000 to $800,000, it's still possible to get there. If you want something luxury style like estate, so there are estate homes in Heron Bay which are more than 4,000 square foot with the bigger lots, and that is why Heron Bay is kind of very famous. It's one of the first community in 33076. They started giving the luxury style clubhouses, and recently there are some changes happening where people are not liking, where the golf course will be removed and there's a construction will be coming there, mall is coming there. Some people like it, some people don't like it. There's a lot of debates going around there, but I don't wanted to share this information so you make a very educated decision. And Heron Bay, the reason people prefer to live because they don't want to drive too much into the Parkland, because there is other communities which I'll be telling you where to go there you do need like extra 15 to 20 minutes just on a local road. And there's another video about just the parkland, how it's kind of located and divided. So I mean, you should watch that video to get a better knowledge, but this is like a brief I'm talking for those communities. And Heron Bay, it does not have a fancy clubhouse like other ones, and that's why the HOAs are not too expensive. That is one of the reasons like Indian likes it, who wants to start in Parkland and don't want to pay too much into HOA. And there are section on a Core Springs side, a lot of people like to live there because that area has a lower tax and the schools are shared between Parkland and Core Springs. And those communities on Core Springs side has a very, very low HOA and very low chances of increasing because they don't have a clubhouses, they don't have a fancy things. Some of the communities even they don't have a gate also. That's why it's no HOA communities. So if you're looking for those kind of feel where there is no HOA, not much restriction from HOA side, then that side of the Core Spring, it's kind of should be your choice. But one thing you should keep in mind is a very, very low inventory in that area. So if you like something and if you fall in love, either you make a educative decision where if you're letting go that house, or if you're falling in love, definitely put a good offer, because those properties doesn't stay too much in market and they don't come too often because people like to stay there for a long run. Now, my another favorite community in Parkland where majority Indian lives is like actually 2 or 3 communities are, so I'll be just keep telling you brief about the Mira-Lago, and there's another one there is Cascada. So those are very close by and they do have a very fancy clubhouse. Those communities built after 2015. HOAs are crazy high. That will be my biggest problem there, but people like it because of the clubhouse, because of the culture, because of the new property, good looking neighborhoods, and it's very fancy version of Parkland you will find there. There is a newest community there in Parkland Bay. There are Indian prefers to live, but now the prices are way up, so not too many people are moving there. So just considering all these 2 or 3 neighborhoods, definitely it's a great choice and you will find the perfect property to live in affordable pricing. Now my next city recommendation is Weston. Weston is a great town. Weston is for everybody. Like, if you want to retire or if you want to move with the kids, it's a great city to live in. The feel is amazing. It's a residential feel. Commercial properties you will hardly see there, but that's the beauty of it. You will see a lot of golf courses. That's why retirement community, they love it too. And people want to enjoy the lifestyle, do the bikings, but be careful on the roads. There are a lot of accident happens with the bikers. So if you're considering, please be careful. Weston has a lot of communities which have a low HOAs and bigger lots. And that's why, many people like it. You might to pay so much higher, 700 plus HOAs where you're not going to use it too much. And if you have your own pool, why don't you just buy bigger house instead of that, right? So because anyway, 700 month you are giving to the HOA instead of that 700 you're adding in a property itself. So that kind of calculation is also valid, and that is why Weston is very famous, where the prices are not way expensive because of the HOAs. Monthly will be still in a good affordable monthly ranges, and choices are great where you can do things to do, like if you're moving with the kids, definitely schools are amazing. That's no question there. And all those cities which we are talking about, every city has a great school zone, so that's no doubt on it. But things to do, that's also another question, because all these suburb cities we are talking about, those are a little bit further from the beach, and that's why people sometimes don't like it. But remember this, in South Florida, anywhere you live, beach is not more than 20 minutes away. In Weston, there are plus points where the Davie is kind of closer, and there are a lot of temples there. That's why people like it to live there. Indian grocery stores, a lot of accessibility wise, it's kind of better, because if your job in Miami in tech companies, then Weston is a great choice where you can travel through 75 and not hit the too much traffic. My husband works in Miami. I live in Coral Springs. That's one of the famous city, but now anymore Indian doesn't prefer because travel time is higher. The schools ratings are not so good anymore in Coral Springs southern areas, even though properties are amazing, even though there are no HOA properties. But because of of the schools, people are not preferring to live there. But the Westin has a lot of accessibility, as I was talking about, because like what my point was, like my husband works in Miami. It takes him 1.5 hours sometimes or 2 hours to go to Miami from here. But from 75, it's kind of very, very easy to go. So a lot of people prefer to live there. Miami is very expensive, and the schools are not so good, like public schools, unless you want to use a private schools. But the lifestyle in Miami is totally different. That's why people to live in suburb and have a Florida real lifestyle, but not feel like you live in New York because Miami is kind of crowded and too much traffic, too much hours you spend in your car instead of spending in with the family. Now, my next recommendation city is Boca Raton. Boca Raton is great. Since 1985, a lot of Indians have chose to live in Boca Raton. West side of the Boca has amazing schools. One of the famous school and the University FAU is in Boca Raton, and people love there. Their school system is great. Even the property values are much higher right now, but nobody wants to move. You know, it's inventory-wise always tighter. But the only problem is the properties are very old, as I told you. So when right now you are buying, so you do have to accept that part. Many of the property would be renovated, like maybe they would have a new roof, definitely, because those are older built properties compared to other cities what we talked about. But you do have to accept low ceilings and a little bit of style than modern contemporary style of housing. But the one great part there in a layout wise, you have 2 living rooms. You may have a chance to open up the kitchen areas. A lot of homeowners do that renovations because when you have 2 living rooms, you would combine the 1 living room with the more kitchen space. If you're okay to renovate, then Boca Raton is a great choice for you. And my last option is the Wellington. Wellington, you may not know a lot because like the city has been in like highlight just recently in few years. Because as Broward County got more expensive, people started moving towards Wellington. And now Wellington's couple of communities like Olympia, you know, all those communities are amazing. I'll just put some names here, which are famous among like a multicultural environment. And there are some safety issues recently coming in the news, but overall Wellington has been amazing. The school zone wise is A+ school zone. Neighborhoods, you would have a different style of neighborhoods. If you don't want to pay too expensive HOA, then also possible to get in Wellington. There are no HOA communities also in Wellington, so all those varieties you will get. And it's still a lot of land right now. Even new construction community, one of my favorite community is in Wellington. We bought a couple of investment properties for my clients, and my own clients are living there. So if you're looking for something with the low HOA and all benefits which Parkland can give you in a lower price, then Wellington is the great choice. I hope this gave you a little bit of more direction towards your relocation or finding the property which you and your family will love it. If you're looking for any real estate kind of help, I have a free you can contact me for a free consultation, and we can have a little bit of chat where I can know your more interest. And thank you. Subscribe my channel so that I can make more videos, and comment me below what you like and what you don't like about these videos. Thank you.